Okay, I think we'll get started, and my colleague will let anyone who's joining now in. And as mentioned, this event is recorded, so do share it. We'll be putting it on our website. So if you know anyone wanted to attend, it will be recorded and on our website. So do share it with them. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Ludovica Rogers, and I run the UnFound program. This webinar is to give you guidance on how the Accelerator program works and the application process. I'm going to go through a few slides, and then I'll ask if there are any questions. So I'll be interrupting my presentation as I go along. We're not that many, we're about 14, I think. So, if you have questions, feel free to ask them. So I'll just get started. My colleague Layla is also here, so she can answer questions in the chat. I'm Layla, I won't be looking at the chat because I've got the full screen. So if there's anything that I'm missing, do interrupt me.
Yep, okay, no worries.
Great, I'll get started then. So let's see if this works. Perfect. So I'm just going to get rid of, I'm struggling with the windows at the moment. Okay, perfect. So the UnFound program is a program set up to facilitate the development of the platform cooperative sector in the UK, and it is run in partnership with Stir to Action and supported by the Co-operative Bank. As mentioned, my name is Ludovica Rogers, and I run this program. And you can get in touch with me at unfound@uk.coop. So before we get into detail about the program, I just wanted to focus a bit more on what we mean by a platform co-op. So a platform co-op is a democratically owned and controlled business that uses an online platform or mobile app to trade, connect people, and pool resources or data. And I've got a few examples here for you. Equal Care Co-op is one of the cooperatives that we supported here at Co-operatives UK. And it's a platform that's been set up to support both providers of care and receivers of care. And they're all members of the platform. And the platform is used basically for those that need care to book the providers. Another UK-based platform co-op is Signalise. Signalise is both for deaf people and British sign language translators. And again, it's the platform, the function of the platform is to allow deaf people to book translators. And then we have some international examples. So for example, Up and Go. Up and Go is quite different from the first two. In this case, it's a worker cooperative set up by cleaning professionals. And the platform allows people to book cleaning professionals. And then we have the Open Food Network, which is a very interesting platform co-op that has an international dimension to it, but also has a UK chapter, which is set up to promote ethical food supply chains. And basically, the platform allows people to buy directly from farmers or from ethical food shops. So before I go on to the next slides, which are specific about the Accelerator, I just wanted to stop a few minutes to see if there are any questions about what a platform co-op is. So I'll open it to the floor, and if you just want to raise your hand, or if there are any questions, do ask. So moving on to the program itself. So the UnFound Accelerator is a business support program, a 10-week program for a cohort of up to 8 teams at the early stage of setting up their platform co-op. And it concludes with a pitch event where the teams get a chance to pitch their business idea, and towards which the Co-operative Bank has contributed a £10,000 prize fund. Now, going we've already run the first edition, which is concluding now, just concluded now. We'll be having the pitch event next week, and I'll talk a bit more about that. And then the next edition will be running from the 15th of September to the 24th of November with a pitch event on the 1st of December. That is actually more than 10 weeks, but because there's a break during that period because of an international conference on platform co-ops. The program, so the curriculum is set around these 4 main topics. So you'll be taught about cooperative structures and ways of working. You'll have support in business planning and strategy, in product development and brand and marketing. And we really want to leave you with the tools to set up your business. So with clarity on the articles or rules to use to incorporate as a cooperative, a business plan and a defined funding runway, a marketing plan for the first steps of your fundraising journey, a prototype and a roadmap to develop your platform, and a pitch presenting your business case and brand. Now, how does the accelerator work? We have 10 full-day masterclasses held online every Wednesday, and they tend to be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. with an hour lunchtime break, but also with a few breaks during the sessions. And also there are exercises to complete from one week to the other. And this is really for your team to come together and reflect on what you learned in the masterclasses and apply those lessons to your business. There are also fortnightly calls with myself, and that's because in the masterclasses there's a number of teams there. We can't really go deep into your own business. The check-ins are really a moment in which you have one-to-one time with myself, and we can discuss a bit more your specific challenges. And these, let's say on the left, are the compulsory parts of the accelerator. We then have 2 other elements for the accelerator. So there's 3 Meet the Expert session, where you really get to talk one-to-one with an expert on something that you really need to address in for your business. So, for example, you might attend within the masterclass a 3-hour training on the governance structure that your cooperative could have. But that will give you a broad overview of the different types of governance structures. You might then want to have a half day with an expert just to focus on the governance structure of your cooperative. So you have that opportunity as well. And then again, every 2 weeks, this is not compulsory, but we encourage it. Principal 6 pods. So this is when small groups from different teams can come together and meet independently from us. I won't be participating, but it's really a chance for different teams to support each other. For those of you that are new to the cooperative movement, Principle 6 is the principle that is all about cooperation among cooperatives. And so we want to encourage this right from the start. When the accelerator finishes, we conclude with this pitch event. We're holding one next week for the first edition of the accelerator. So maybe Leila, if you could put the link into the chat. We really encourage you to come along so you can have a sense of the teams that participated in the first accelerator and how the pitch event works. As mentioned, there's a £10,000 prize fund from the Co-operative Bank, and it will be the audience who decides how that is distributed among the cooperatives. The most successful teams who go through the accelerator will be also supporting them after the accelerator. So with visibility through Co-operatives UK and Stir Action media channels, they can have free access to business banking from the Co-operative Bank. And they can also access the contact package that we run at Co-operatives UK, which allows to have 10 calls or interactions with our experts for those cooperatives that incorporate by mid 2022. So I'll be talking a bit more now about eligibility. But before I move on, are there any questions in relation to how the accelerator actually runs? See, doesn't look like it. Can also put them in the chat if Leila, I'm assuming there are no questions in the chat.
No.
Okay.
1 second. Can one representative of a team be on the programme, or does it have to be more than one?
Okay, so I'll move on to that, which is in this slide. Okay, so we are looking, sorry, I need to move the gallery out of the way. Okay, so yeah, so the accelerator is for teams. We're really looking for it. You can only apply if you have a team of at least 2. And I'll explain a bit more about that, but I'll respond immediately to the question. Yes, not all the team has to attend all the accelerator. So we expect at least 1 team member to attend the masterclasses. However, if that's on a rotational basis, so you might be a team of 3 and some people are more interested in the product development, so you have 1 team member come to that session, another team member is more interested in the financial planning, they can come to that session. As long as there is 1 team member attending all the masterclasses, that's fine. However, we do encourage you to attend as a team. We've seen in this accelerator where there is a team attending the masterclasses together, it's much more effective and they progress together. I'll explain a bit more also what we mean by team. So first of all, the reason why we expect at least for you to have 2 members is that to set up a cooperative, you need to be at least 2 people. And we really want to support teams that are ready to incorporate soon, so that after the accelerator, within 6 months, when they've worked out their business plan and their structure, they're able to incorporate. However, we totally understand that, especially at these early stages, it might be difficult to find the right co-founders. You may have been working on a project by yourself. So we're quite open to what we mean by team. So it could be, for example, a potential user of your platform that you've been talking about it with. They might not be committed to become a co-founder, but they're definitely one of the stakeholders of the platform, and they're eager to work together with you to make sure that it's developed in a way that can support them. Or it might be that you have a friendly developer that is supporting you in the tech, or you have a friendly designer. So just it's for us to give a sense that you're not approaching this completely by yourself, but you've already started to reach out to other people, because a business is a complex thing, and we don't expect people to develop a cooperative by themselves. We obviously looking for people who have an understanding of the cooperative model, though there is so much to know about co-ops that we don't expect you to know everything about them. What I would encourage you at least to look at are the cooperative principles and values, and really see if those values and principles are aligned with your idea of a business. And if you're able to articulate that in your application, how relevant the cooperative model is for your platform, you're much more likely to succeed in the application process. And we are going to prioritize teams that are ready to register by June of next year. Again, this is because we really want to support the teams in a moment when they need it most. So, if you're at a very, very early stage, you're still not sure about your idea, then maybe it's better if you come to us a bit later on. We really want to be able to support those that have been thinking about their platform idea for a while and are now eager to make it a reality. A few things about eligibility. So as mentioned, I'll start with the interview. If shortlisted, so we'll accept your application and shortlist a few of them. We'll be holding interviews between the 13th and 17th of August. To be accepted on the accelerator, the interview is compulsory. So we really need at least one team member to be available for that interview. And as mentioned before, we need a committed team that is able to attend the masterclasses. And again, this doesn't have to be always the same team member. It can vary from masterclass to masterclass. So what are we looking for when assessing your application? So first of all, the idea has to be a platform co-op, obviously. So really read the information we have on our website to really see if your idea fits in to the concept and the model of the platform co-op, which is quite broad. And if you're not sure, get in touch and we can have a chat about it before the deadline. We are particularly interested in applications where the cooperative model makes a real difference. So, for example, Equal Care, Signalize, you can really see how bringing in the users and the workers into the cooperative model and allowing them to shape the business has a very radical effect on what kind of business it is. And so, yeah, if you're able to articulate why the cooperative model really supports the purpose of your business, we'd really be interested to hear that. Obviously, what I'm describing now are our assessment criteria, but we don't expect you all to be able to cover in depth all of these criteria. This is more like what we're looking for, but we don't expect everyone to cover all the criteria. We're particularly interested in also supporting platform co-ops that address some of the most pressing challenges of our time, be it climate change, inequality, precarious work. And so if your platform idea aims to have a broader impact, then please, express that in your application, but also be useful for us to know your vision for how this impact can scale and your business can scale to support that impact. And since you are at a very early stage, we'll be giving quite a lot of weight to your team. And so on one side, it's really important that your team has a breadth of skills and not necessarily you don't have to have a lot of experience, but, at least having some people that are more interested in the marketing, some people are more interested in the financial aspect. But yeah, a sense that between you have different interests and different skills. But actually what is most important for us is the motivation of why the team members are coming together. And this is because we see that the most successful co-ops really come from a place of need. So if you're experiencing yourself a problem and the cooperative is a solution for that problem, we see that then it's much likely that the cooperative is likely to succeed. And you have you have the experience of how the sector works, and you can bring that in to the cooperative. So it's not necessary that we're looking for highly skilled, experienced, networked people, but we're looking for people who have a real understanding and knowledge of the issue that they're trying to address. And if you don't feel you have it, but you're trying to build something for certain users, then please try to involve users at this stage. We're looking for commitment, as I mentioned. So we're looking for teams that are really eager to set up their business. And so this accelerator can provide them the appropriate support in this moment in time. And we'll be also looking at how your platform idea addresses equity, diversity, and inclusion. And this can be either your team composition, or how the purpose of your business considers these aspects, or the impact or the users of your platform. So to summarize, these are the key dates. We have the applications opened on the 1st July. We're having the webinar today. The deadline for applications is the 28th of July. When you apply, you should receive a response via email that we've received, an automatic response that we've received your application. If you don't receive that email, please email us your application. But yeah, you should receive a response. Check your spam as well. By the 6th of August, you'll be notified if you've been shortlisted for the interview, and we'll coordinate an interview time with you that will happen between the 13th and 17th of August, and we will notify you by the 20th of August if you've been accepted on the accelerator that will then start on the 15th of September. Moving on, so let's see if I can access my tabs. So I'll just go very briefly through the application process. Before applying, please, look a bit more at the details on our website about platform co-op. So if you go to unfound.coop, Layla, if you could just put that in the chat. We've got lots of information of what is a platform co-op, what's the founder journey for a platform co-op. We've got resources, we've got blogs about existing platform co-ops, we've got case studies. So please, read the information that we have there. I think I'm going to have to, there we can get there. So then before applying, please read in detail the application guidance. I'll just explain a few things about the application guidance. You can download it all as a PDF, which can be quite useful. So you have it in a document and you can just scroll through it. There's the table of contents here, so you can skip between sections when you come back to it, for example. The first sort of part of the content is what I've spoken up to now. We have an extensive FAQs. Do read those, because I'm sure some of the questions and answers there will be useful for you. But also really important, you can preview all the application questions. We really, really encourage you to prepare your application in advance on a document, and then copy paste the text into the form. It's quite a long form, and also you'll need contributions from the other team members as well. So you need to do a bit of coordinating. So yeah, we really advise you prepare it on a separate document, and then just add, fill in the form with the contents of that. I think that is all. These are my contact details again, but I'll stop sharing so I can see if there are any questions.
I think one point that was made early on, Vika, is for someone that is kind of solo at the moment, what would you advise for them to do at this stage?
I would really think of who else you can involve. So it might be someone in your personal networks that's happy to support you, I don't know, from the point of view of marketing or from the point of view of tech. So, get them involved and show us that you do have a supportive network that can help you with some aspects of the business. Or alternatively, and that is probably even more important, get the users of the platform involved. So if you know someone, that would be using your platform, get them involved.
So someone is asking, so Dave has asked when the next one is.
That's a good question. We hope to be able to run it again, but for now, confirmed it's the second edition. It might change slightly next year, so there's no confirmation that it will run again next year. Any more questions? You're free to unmute yourself as well. You don't have to write them in the chat. A few minutes.
And just to say, we'll email the link to the recording and the slides after this event as soon as we can. So a few people were worried about having to take notes and everything. So.
Mm-hmm. Paul, yeah, go ahead. Do you want
yeah, quick question. Yeah, so does it also, I haven't checked out all the information on the UnFound website, but does it also include details of structuring the platform cooperative as a multi-stakeholder with the multi-stakeholder members?
Yes, of course. That would be something that we would share. There'd be a whole session on that within the accelerator about the governance structure of your platform co-op. So you could choose to set up as a multi-stakeholder cooperative. So that's the case of Equal Care, for example. They have workers, the providers of care and the receivers of care. So different stakeholders form the cooperative. So we would cover that in the masterclass, but we don't expect you to know that beforehand when you're. And I think, is this question from you again, Paul? Is it in the chat? Is it in relation to if you already have a platform?
Yes, sorry, it's a different Paul.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's that the business that I'm trying to. I've already got a small e-commerce business, and it requires quite a specialist e-commerce platform, and also the business plan is pretty much done. So I've got a feeling that it's probably more appropriate that I go to the Hive. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say if you've got a platform that's already developed, and yeah, it always depends how developed everything is, really.
Well, just to respond to that, it's a specialist third party that I would pay, monthly, because it needs certain, needs to be in a certain way for a certain industry. So yeah, it is very developed. It's fine, complete.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, we've had teams on this accelerator that already had the platform. So in that case, what we've done is that the product development has focused more on the interaction of the users with the platform. So if there's some customability, or for example, what is the website where people arrive? How do they log in? How do they find out about the platform? So it's that initial process that we support you through. Okay, well, this is going to be probably not the thing for me then. What it needs is someone. I need support to take it to market, if you like. It's going to be something that will involve home users, carers, parents at home, disabled and the like. So a lot of it fits with what the co-op is all about. But it's really taking it to that next stage. So everything really is in place with respect to the tech. What I need support with is to take it to market, really. And And are you incorporated as a cooperative already, or
no?
No. Okay. No. Yeah. So the accelerator, I would say 30% focuses on the product. So some teams have decided to apply anyway, even if they had the platform, because they felt that they would benefit from being part of a cohort and thinking of the user journey of using their platform, even if they already had the platform. So they participated anyway and felt that they did benefit even from the product development part. But if you don't feel you need that part of it and that you wouldn't benefit from the cohort, then yes, I would suggest apply for the Hive. And the Hive is, so for those of you that don't know about it, we have another program at Co-operatives UK, which is called the Hive, and it's a business support program and you can have tailored one-to-one support specific to the needs of your cooperative. So if you're like, oh, well, we've got everything sorted except for the governance, I would like to have support on the governance, you can apply for that. Personally, I would encourage you to probably apply for both, because the accelerator is only, I mean, not necessarily in your case, but the accelerator is running now and the deadline is the 28th, while the Hive, the applications are assessed every month, and applications are quite high there as well. So that it's not specific to platform co-ops, it's for all different types of platform, all different types of cooperatives. So we can't award it to everyone. But yeah, any more questions? So you do put them in the chat if you have any. Okay, I'll just put my email in there in the chat as well. I do have some time next week, so if you want to get in touch and you want to discuss your specific case, you know, do get in touch and we can have a quick half-hour call just to see if it's appropriate for you. But other than that, if there are no more questions, okay, I think then we can wrap up there. And we're very much looking forward to receiving your applications. So yeah, hope to connect with you in the future. Thank you, everyone. Bye.